The National Court endorses the report that blames the skipper for the wreck of a Spanish trawler that sank off the east coast of Canada. This is from May the 9th, 2024. This is translated from Spanish, a little difficult to read at times. The criminal chamber of the National Court ruled out invalidating the expert report that pointed to human error by the skipper of the trawler as the most likely cause of the sinking of the ship in February 2022, 450 kilometers from the east coast of Canada. The wreck in Canadian waters claimed the lives of 21 of the 24 on board. The ship's owner requested the annulment of the report by calling into question the work of the experts responsible for making this report. The Chamber in particular makes it clear that all people concerning the correctness or incorrectness of the experts in the form and substance of their expert report, the defenses can make them valid in the acts oral or written. This is written by lawyers in Spanish, translated very poorly to English, so it is very, very difficult to read. We'll skip to the cause of the wreck. The conclusion of the expert report indicates that according to the data and the circumstances analyzed, it is concluded that most likely cause of the sinking of the vessel was human error by the captain, due to the maneuver that he performed prior to the ship sinking when his equipment was fixed to the seabed. It sounds like their net was hooked in the bottom and they were trying to break it free. According to the report drawn up by the Parliament Commission for the Investigation of Accidents and Maritime Incidents, the safety of the ship and its crew were at serious risk when carrying out that maneuver with the sea and the stern wind and the unloading tanks of the open waste. Secondly, the experts consider a contributing factor in the accident the delay with which the captain gave the order to abandon the ship to the crew, which conditioned them to be able to carry out the abandonment in an orderly manner. This was a very bad one. It was in the news for many, many months. Originally, what happened, the ship sank just outside the 200-mile limit on the Grand Banks in Canada, off the coast of Newfoundland. A place Spanish trawlers have fished for hundreds of years. And there's no shortage of Spanish wrecks in that area as well. According to this report, they had snagged the bottom and was backing down on the gear into a storm. The weather was terrible. This was in the winter time, and this area is known for bad weather at the best of times. They swamped the boat. It sounds like there was a door or something open where they were discarding fish waste, and they flooded the boat and she sank. The captain is getting blamed for all the decisions made, which that's his job. He was the one that was backing down into the weather, something that happens often if you spend any time fishing. You do get attached to the bottom no matter what kind of fishing you're doing, if it's bottom fishing. And they flooded the boat. I think his biggest mistake was he waited too long to give the order to abandon ship. And unfortunately for the skipper, the captain, and fortunately as well, he was one of the 3 survivors. So he's been under scrutiny since the date that this happened, back in 2022. I don't know if this is the end of it. There's lots of court cases involved in this. I've been trying to follow it since the day it happened. It's very difficult to follow because like this article is written by lawyers in Spanish and then poorly translated into English. But yeah, there's a lot of problems with this one, and very unfortunately 21 fishermen from multiple countries on a Spanish trawler died in this incident back in 2022. Rest in peace to the 21 men who lost their lives in this unfortunate event, and condolences to their families.